Hi, my name is Alan Perez, and I'm excited for this week's Introduction to Music Productions Coursera homework. Today, I'm going to be going over how to create a comp track within Ableton Live. Now, a comp track is a shortened term for a composition track, and that's exactly what it is. It's a track where I can compose something new or create something better with the stuff that I've already got. So as you can see in my Ableton Live session already, I've got an acoustic guitar that was mic'd, an acoustic guitar that was directly connected. It's the same guitar. I just recorded it twice just so I have some options to choose from. And then I've also got Allan's Vox 1, Vox 2, and Vox 3. I'm recording a cover of a song called You Loved Me Anyway by the Sidewalk Prophets. Great song. Go listen to that band. Anyway, I'm working on the bridge of the song, and so when I hit the tab button, I'm brought over to the arrangement view, and you can see here that I've got Allan's Vox 1, Vox 2, and Vox 3. I've got the bridge marked right here, and you can see that I recorded it 3 times. I'm having trouble, though, because there's certain parts of this bridge that I recorded really well, and there's other ones that I really just didn't do that well on. So what I want to do is I want to create a new track so that I can put other things that I really like within that track. So what I want to do first is I want to hit the tab button so I come back here into my live session view. And what I want to do is I want to right click over here on an empty space, and I want to click Insert Audio Track. You can also hit Command T to make this new track. And it's really important to go ahead and rename this right away. Just so you keep track of what you're doing here. Now that I've got that in there, I can go ahead and hit the tab button so I can go back into my arrangement view, and we could see here that Allan's comp track made it over here. And so what I want to do is I want to grab different parts of the bridge and place them inside of the comp track. And it's really actually very simple to do. So what I want to do is I really liked this third take, the beginning that I did with these first 2 verses. So I'll let you listen here really fast. I am the sweat from your brow, but you love me anyway. So that's the part that I want. So in order for me to start moving things over to the new comp track, what I want to do is I want to select by just clicking and dragging over to where I want. And what I can do is I can right click and I can copy, or I can hit the command key on my keyboard and select C. And then what I can do is I can come over to that same measure over here and hit Command V, or I can right click and paste. And now I've got that same exact part right over here. I could turn this track off and I could listen to that same part right there. So that's really nice. It's really easy to move things over. I'm going to work on this a little bit. I'm going to get some things over here, and I'll show you when I come back what it looks like. All right, so here I've got my composition track already ready to go, and it looks pretty good, but I'm hearing some kind of clicks and pops throughout the certain parts of it, especially the end right here. So what I want to do is I want to create a crossfade at that point in time, just so I can get rid of that loud clicking. So what I want to do is I want to get rid of just some of this extra stuff here, just so it's not in the way here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on that bar right there, and I'm going to come up to the top section here till I get a magnifying glass. I'm going to click and I'm going to drag down just so I get a nice view of what I'm looking at here. So this is where I want to create the new crossfade. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get rid of these other tracks right here just so I see this one right here. What I want to do is I want to highlight, I want to right click, and you should see a create crossfade. You'll click that and you can see that it immediately creates it for us. This is sweet, so I'm going to zoom back out. And you can see that it's added a crossfade at each one of my sections. It's just perfect. It's exactly what I want, and I've got my track created. Now, I've only focused on non-destructive editing, which is great because you can come inside these regions here and you can click and drag them wide open, and you could see that it takes over the track from the track that we're taking it from, which is great. That's exactly what I want to be able to work with. But let's say that I've really liked this track and I like where it is. I want to keep this one as my main track. What I can do is something called destructive editing and consolidate. these bars here, so it creates one nice long track. And so what I like to do is I like to just zoom out a little bit just so I get a kind of a good view here of the tracks that I'm working on. Here's the entire bridge. I'll highlight the section that I want to consolidate, and I'll right click, and you should see a consolidate button. There it is. I'll click that. You can see here it's working. And here we have one nice bar that's really long, crossfades and all already put inside. Now, what's hard now is that I can't expand upon this, and I can't see anything else that I've already recorded. That's why it's called destructive editing there. But let's take a listen and see what we've got now. I am the sweat from your brow, but you love me anyway. And I am the nail in your end, but you love me anyway. And I am Judas's kid, but you love me anyway. See, now I am the man who yelled out. So this sounds good to me. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save this track here and keep working on this. But that's the simple way of creating a new comp track. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to be coming out with another video this next week for Coursera. I hope it's going to be good. I love really working on this. I'm going to save this. I'm going to get this thing going. And I hope that you guys could create some nice composition tracks within your Ableton Live sessions. I just wish you luck and farewell. Make sure to subscribe. And if you haven't seen the other video that I came out with week 1, go ahead and take a look at that. I'd love to hear your feedback.